Hello, and welcome back to Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul. Today we got some pretty cool information for you. Not only are we going to do a resto mod, but we're going to use a really cool paint from the great folks at Spray Gunner. We're going to use a brand called Custom Creative. Now they have a really cool line of specialty paints that you should really think about checking out. But we're going to get into some of those today and show you what they can do and what they're all about. Here we've got a Hot Wheels custom charger. Now as you can tell, the paint job on there is pretty screwed up. But we're going to clean this up and we're going to put a custom paint job on it, and we're going to transform this old beater into a really cool classic. Here's the base. It's oxidized pretty good. We definitely need to switch out those tires and detail up this base. Interior is pretty good looking. We just got to clean it up. And I've got some brand new glass that we're going to put under there since this one's cracked. But we're not going to throw it away. We're going to save it in case we do need it for something else. Let's move on. Here we've got the car all cleaned up. Now, this specialty paint from Custom Creative is applied over the top of a black base coat. A nice gloss black base coat. This will truly bring out the colors in this color changing paint. This color changing paint is absolutely fantastic, and like I said, I couldn't wait to share it with you. Now go ahead and paint your car up with the black base coat as if you were going to change this car into a black, all black car, and give it the tack coats and the mist coats and everything. Build it up and do a really spectacular job, because of course the better your base coat, the better the coat over the top is going to be. Now today we're going to use this yellow to green color changing paint from Custom Creative. This is a fantastic product, folks, and like I said, I can't wait to share it with you. Now they offer 4 or 5 different brands, so please check those out at Spray Gunner. Now we'll go over a few of them here in just a few moments. Let's go ahead and move on. Here are some of the other colors. Again, like I said, we're going to use the yellow to green. But they've got this fantasy blue to red. They've got red to green. And they've got blue to orange. Now, can you imagine painting up your die-cast cars with some of these specialty paints? The colors available are absolutely incredible. And I recommend these so much I can't begin to tell you. But we're going to go through some of the steps and show you how to apply the paint and see if this is something that would definitely apply to your hobby, so you can take your car to the next level. And that's what this video is all about, is trying to improve your skills and improve your ability to make something really sharp and really cool. Let's go ahead and move on. Now here we've got the car that we painted black already. Now I put the paint into the gun, and I didn't do any mixing. Now if you have a brush with a smaller needle, like right here, the brush that I'm using has a 0.5 needle. If you have a brush with a 0.3 needle or something like that, you may have to thin the paint down a little bit. And you can use regular paint thinner for that. But they do have the thinner available at Spray Gunner, and you might want to check that out, because whenever I'm mixing paint, I want to try and mix any colors I'm doing, or thinning down colors that I'm using, with a like brand, if that makes sense. If I'm going to use Custom Creative paint, I want to use Custom Creative thinner, if that makes sense. That way there you know it's compatible and you're not going to get any reaction to it. Now, this is coming out pretty good. And again, if you're using a smaller needle, you may want to thin this down and practice spraying a little bit. But just like any other car, you want to put on the mist coats and you want to build up the layers. You don't want to try and saturate it all in one go. So take your time, apply the paint, and make sure it's applied evenly. And you'll get a fantastic finish, I promise you. Now, it's a little hard to see the color reaction here in the studio, but man, I'll tell you, once you get this car out into some really nice light or something like that, or under some LED lights or something, it's going to pop. It really will. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the little bell to be alerted to any future videos that come out. This is looking absolutely sweet. Let it set a little bit in between coats, and then apply more and keep building it up until you get the desired effect that you want. And what I mean by that is once everything is covered and you're not seeing any black anymore of the base coat you put on, etc., you're ready to move on. Let it set overnight, and then you'll be able to clear coat it. Let's go ahead and move on. I let the car sit overnight and dry. Now we're going to come back in with the clear coat. And again, the same thing. You want to build up the layers of the clear coat also. You don't want to saturate it because you will definitely get runs. So go ahead and apply tack coats of the clear and then let it rest in between for 10 minutes or so, and then come back in and hit it with some more clear coat and just keep building up the layers until you have that nice deep finish, like you can reach into the paint. That's how deep it'll look. But just spray on that clear coat. Now I use my clear coat from the Redline shop, and you can get that at www.redlineshop.com. This is absolutely beautiful, man, and I'll tell you, I can't wait to show you the final results of this car. This is absolutely cool. Man, this is going to be nice. Let's go ahead and move on.
Meanwhile, back in the graveyard.
Now here's what it looks like after we've clear coated it and we let it set overnight. Man, did that turn out absolutely beautiful. And like I said, once you hit that with the right light and it starts changing those colors, it is absolutely gorgeous. The paint flows really nice out of the gun. Now, like I said before, if you're using a gun with a less than a 0.5 needle, you may want to thin that paint down in order to get it to flow nicely. But man, I'll tell you, this is really looking sweet, and I've got all the colors, and I'll be doing more paint jobs with some of these specialty paints. Let's move on. Here we've got the base. Now I've got flits, and you know how I feel about flits. I absolutely love this product. Put a little bit on your surface, spread it all around, and you only need a little tiny bit of the flits because a little goes a long way. Now I stand behind this product because I believe in it, and every time I do a car and I shine it up with the flits, man, I'll tell you, it just brings out the natural beauty of the metal underneath. Now the other thing that you can use with the flits is you can polish plastic with the flits. So in turn, when you use this product, if you use it on your plastic, etc., this is going to save you money. And we all know how expensive it is to get into a hobby like this and absolutely have fun. And you can't have fun when your significant other is nagging at you saying you're spending too much money on your cars and on your hobby and everything else. And same thing with the girls that do this hobby. And your husband isn't into it or your boyfriend isn't into it. They get on and say, oh, you know, it's costing too much money. You know what? I'm having fun. Leave me alone. But this product is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I got the polishing bonnets, which you can get at my Amazon Marketplace page. Now, I'm going to be doing a video here in the very near future on how to do this hobby on a budget. Where to save money, where you can save money on the products that we use all the time. Now, you can go to Hobby Lobby, and you can go to Michael's, and you can go to these other places, these specialty stores. But if you can save money by coming to Amazon and getting these products, I'm going to break that all down for you and show you the differences. Like, this is what I got at Hobby Lobby, and this is what it cost. But I found it on Amazon, and you can get 3 times as much or 4 times as much for almost the same price. But again, I'll be doing that video in the very near future, and it'll be a really good one, I promise. So keep buffing it out and polishing it out. Later on, you can get in there with a toothbrush or a stiff brush, and you can get all that little residue out from in between the letters, etc. And if you need to polish it up again, wipe this all down, wipe off the residue, change out the bonnet if you need to, And you can really make this look like a mirror if you absolutely want to. But this is turning out sweet. I'm definitely liking where this is going. Let's go ahead and move on. Now here it's time to replace the wheels. I'm going to put my thumb on either side of the wheel and press firmly and squarely and push that thing off. Now folks, you got to be careful with this here because like I said in the past, these cars are like 50 years old. And that little nipple on the end of the axle can snap off in a heartbeat. Now I am editing another video as we do this one too. And I did break off that little end. And I show you how to repair it. So that's going to be worth its weight in gold. There we go. We got 4 medium meats that we're putting all the way around. Brand new meats from the Redline shop. Now you take the specialty tool and put it between the bearing and the base and push it on with your thumb. And that squares up the bearing in the wheel. Now, sorry it's a little bit out of your vision there. My apologies. That's looking really good. Now we just have to bend the axles just a little bit to make sure that the wheels lie flat. Now something that I had learned while doing this hobby is sometimes you get cars and the wheels are bent underneath the car to where they're only sitting on the very edge. Check out the Redline shop for these cool wheels, folks. You won't be sorry. They got great products. But as I was saying with the bent wheel, that's how they race these cars because less surface of the tire is touching. Now we're going to take a red Sharpie and we're going to color in the taillights on this car. This is one of the best ways I have found to detail a car. Now if you get any on the outside of the light, you can take a little cotton swab with some paint thinner or alcohol and you can take those off. Now be it that you use the permanent marker or a Sharpie paint pen, either one of them looks good. So whichever one you prefer, that'll be really cool to use. Now if you keep going over it and over it and over it, sometimes it just leaves lines and stuff in it and it kind of like looks like hell. So just be careful with that. All right. Let's go ahead and turn it around and we're going to do the front of the car now. Now here I did get a little bit on there and I'm taking a razor knife and I'm scraping off the excess around the light to make sure that it looks nice and clean. And again, I apologize for the angle. I really need to watch what I'm doing here as far as these videos to make sure that you're seeing everything and it's not hidden. Just cleaning up some of the oxidation there that I missed. There you go. That's looking pretty good, really. It looks like the light isn't fully colored in, but that's just the angle of the light that you see. It is covered completely. That's looking really nice. All right. Now let's do the front. Now you can use a flat paint, which I do recommend, or you can use a black Sharpie. Now the black Sharpie is going to give you a little bit of a shine, kind of like a semi-gloss. But it does do a good job in covering everything. So go ahead and color that in with your Sharpie pen or your paint pen. Now you can get the paint pens with a very fine tip, not the really big fat tip that you see on some of these pens. And if you do that, it'll be a little bit nicer for you if you use that extra fine pen. If you use the fat one, then you're going to have a little bit of paint to clean up afterwards. Now I'm just going to go around the edge here to make sure that everything is covered so you don't see any silver areas around the grill when you go ahead and put the body back on. Just get all the little exposed areas. While I'm thinking about it, go ahead and check out some of my fellow Diecast members online. One of my good buddies, Keith at Outlaw Speed Shop, he's got a fantastic channel. If you don't subscribe to him already, or if you are coming from Keith's channel, please subscribe to me. We're really good friends, and we're always knocking on each other and trading secrets and just having fun. But check out him. Check out Xavier at Diecast Show Customs and my friend Jeff at 164 Revival. Here's the finished product. We got this custom creative paint car all painted up, covered up with clear coat. We got the base all polished up with that wonderful Flits product. We detailed the front and the back lights. That looks good. And we replaced the wheels with wheels from the Redline shop. Interior's clean, and I got a brand new windshield that we're going to put in the car. So that's going to look sweet. Let's move on.
I love how the moonlight shines over the mausoleum.
And this is what we started with, this Hot Wheels custom Charger. Definitely in need of a paint job. So we took it apart, we cleaned it up, we gave it a black gloss coat, we covered it over with that wonderful custom creative paint from spraygunner.com. We clear coated it and made it look good. We detailed the car up, put new wheels on it, shined it up, and we got really cool results here. And this is how the car turned out. What a beautiful paint job, and you know what? It's a specialty paint job, and it's one of a kind. And this car now belongs to my friend Everett. He saw this, and he says, Paul, I got to have it. I said, okay, not a problem. Now, check out some of the other colors, too, with the custom creative paint, and that's what this video is all about. I sprayed it right out of the bottle. I let it dry. I clear coated over it, and this is the actual result. Folks, I can't tell you what a great product that this is. I absolutely love these paints, and I can't tell you enough about them. So please go to the Spray Gunner website and check out the different colors available. And they also have a complete line of other metallic paints and everything from Custom Creative. And if you want to take your builds to the next level, then I highly recommend this product. So please go check out the folks at Spray Gunner and see what they have to offer. Check out the folks at spraygunner.com. They've got a complete line of airbrushes for all your airbrush needs. They've got a really cool line of compressors to include their wonderful no-name compressors. They've got airbrush paints from Createx, which is an incredibly great brand. They've got their in-house brand called Chroma Air. I love these paints. Airbrush kits from Grex and No Name and many other manufacturers. Spend less, get more at spraygunner.com. I want to thank you for joining me today in Diecast Graveyard. This was a fantastic build, and I love sharing new products with you. Like I said, to take your hobby to the next level. My name is Paul with Diecast Graveyard. Please like and subscribe, and we got more videos coming. Thank you, and cheers.